On this episode, we'll talk about eating late at night. We'll also talk about your stomach regrowing after surgery. And we'll talk about avoiding cinnamon after surgery. Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Alvarez with Endobariatric.com and welcome to episode 120 of the AskDrA show. Thanks so much for being here with me. And I want to, first of all, before we go into our show, I want to send each and one of you a Merry Christmas and the best for this upcoming holiday season from everyone here at Endobariatric, from the bottom of my heart to your family. All right, so thanks so much for sending questions this week. If you haven't sent your questions, please, that's something you can do for me. Send me your question by using the hashtag AskDrA or through my Snapchat account. All right, let's go to this week's questions.
Is it true that if I eat late at night I could gain weight?
All right, well, the thing is, you should really avoid eating late at night, specifically at least two or 3 hours before going to bed. Why? Because the sleeve has a, I'm going to pull, it wasn't planned, but let me pull out one of my toys here. Because your sleeve does not have this capacity anymore, and you have your sleeve like this. If you lay down right after you eat dinner and you lay down, gravity goes away. You're taking that effect of gravity on your body, and it will stay, your food and your stomach's digesting food horizontally. So you are more prone to having reflux, heartburn, indigestion, and everything right after eating and you go to bed. So you want to at least eat. You're standing vertical, you're actually sitting or whatever. Just don't go to bed right away after eating with a sleeve, and wait at least maybe 2 hours for your stomach to give it time to make digestion and move food over to the small intestine and everything, and then you can go to bed. Now, talking about calorie-wise, you really want to avoid eating really high dense calorie food before going to bed. Why? Because once you eat this for dinner, the next activity is actually going to bed. So you really don't have much energy, you don't need that much energy. You're not going to be spending that much energy like when you're going to exercise or you're going to be going to work and you got to be focused and you're mentally active. You're going to bed, you're shutting off. So you want to avoid very high dense calorie food. Try to go with, you can do fruits, you can do vegetables. You remember to eat at least 2 to 3 hours before going to bed. The other good tip is a glass of water. You can have a glass of water maybe 45 minutes to 30 minutes before to go into bed. It really helps a lot because your sleeve, you're going to be pouring this water in here. You're going to clear this up. You're going to be flushing your sleeve down, clearing all the content down from your sleeve. It helps tremendously with digestion. So once it's time to go to bed and you take that gravity effect, it's going to be gone there. It's all clean. You don't have any food in there. It helps you tremendously. It gives you really good quality of sleep. So you want to maybe take advantage of those tips right there.
Will my stomach grow again?
All right, so the stomach, does it regrow again the way it was? The way it was, the answer is no. Again, let's play around with this. All right, so once you take the most stretchy part out of the stomach away, it will never, ever grow back to the same size of stomach it was, because believe me, this is a big pouch. Remember, this is the fixed part of the sleeve. This is a pouch that when you decide to eat, it grows. It gives you the capacity, digests, and comes back. Next time you sit down for dinner, you have your food intake. It grows. It gives you the capacity, right? During digestion, once it finishes up, it comes back. So after you take this away and you are left with a tiny sleeve like this, will it be able to grow the way it was before surgery? The answer is no. Will it have more capacity down the road than right after surgery? The answer is yes, and this is expected because this is very swollen initially. As the weeks and months go by, it will give you a little bit of extra capacity, but never ever the way it was before.
I read that I should avoid cinnamon tea after surgery. Will it be a problem if I use cinnamon toothpaste?
All right, so why did you read that cinnamon, to avoid cinnamon right after surgery? The reason is because it's a spice, and this may irritate your sleeve, and it's very spicy, with like a tea with a lot of cinnamon. It may irritate your sleeve, and you want to avoid it. You want to put down the fire, you want to put it out instead of putting fire into your sleeve. You want to put it out, you want to bring the swollen tissue down, specifically those few weeks right after surgery. So you want to avoid the cinnamon. You want to really avoid like really spicy a broth, things of that nature. Now, you want to avoid a toothpaste that has some cinnamon? No. Why? Because that is an artificial flavor. It really isn't real cinnamon in that toothpaste, and you're not ingesting that toothpaste to go all the way down to your sleeve and irritate it. All right, so that's an artificial flavor in the toothpaste. Doesn't interfere at all with your sleeve. All right, so that is it for episode 120 of the Ask Dr. A show. And question of the week is, what time do you have your last meal? All right, that's a really good question. All right, answers down below. I'm Dr. Alvarez with Endobariatric.com, where we are changing lives one sleeve at a time. Take care and God bless. Bye-bye.